Hello, everyone. So, as you know, people had an exclusive on October 1st about Chris Watts being triggered by the Netflix documentary and that it makes him feel a lot of shame. So, to piggyback off of that article, people also came out with another article on October 5th, and it's titled Chris Watts Will Never See the Netflix Documentary, but its release sent him to some dark places, says a friend, this source. Now, this source said, and I'll quote, just knowing that the documentary is out there has sent Chris to some dark places. He hates knowing that it's out there, but realizing that he will never see it. And also that this source did talk to Chris this last weekend. Like I said in my other video, I believe that this source is possibly Anna. And Anna was one of the women that was featured on the HLN show that they did about Chris Watts, which a lot of people are stating that she is the girlfriend of Chris Watts now. But I'm not sure how true that is because Anna did have a baby recently. She was married, and her husband were actually listed on his documents of people that he has seen as visitors. So she and her husband had been going to go see Chris at the prison. So being that they both went there, I'm not sure how true that is on if she is Chris's girlfriend now or not. And I know her main goal was to originally help him religiously. And now we had just heard the phone call between Chris, Anna, and someone that's going to hook him up with a possible attorney to do the 35C appeal. So she's definitely helping him in the aspect to try to get this appeal done. Now, it also states in the article, the documentary has forced Watts to think about his heinous actions. And in quotes, they said, he's reliving a lot of what happened and he hates knowing what people are seeing about his private communications. And also, quote, not that he wants to spend that time watching his darkest days of his life, but he wants to know what the documentary looks like and how it tells the story. Now, on October 6th, which was yesterday at 4 p.m., another article came out, and Steve Helling is the one that's been doing all of these articles, and he was actually featured on Court TV with Ashley Banfield this morning, and they were talking about this article that I'll explain now. And the title of this is Chris Watts is corresponding with women from his prison cell, says the source, which we pretty much already knew this, even though it's been 2 years after. But when he was in Weld County in the Discovery, there is so many letters from other women that was reaching out to him before he even moved to this prison. And Ashley Banfield had said that they said that the letters have surged since this documentary came out. So the source says, and I'll quote, he got a lot of letters at first. Many of them are from women who thought he was handsome and felt compassion for him. He had nothing better to do, so he wrote back, and he started having pen pals. A couple of them stood out, and they kept in contact. And then the article had written, are the women troubled about Watts' horrific crimes? And the source says, and quote, believe it or not, no, they have compassion on him despite what he did. I just want to mention this real quick because it kind of bothers me in every article that's always written about Chris Watts. They always mention that, he has a life sentence. This article in particular, after explaining exactly what Chris did to his family, it says after pleading guilty to the murders, he received a life sentence. And for me, that really bothers me almost like more than a pet peeve would, only because they're actually minimizing what he actually did by saying a life sentence. No, he received 5 life sentences. And that's very important. We should not forget that. His crimes were so inhumane. And adding just a life sentence kind of demeans what he actually did. And that's not fair at all, I don't think. Now, as the article goes on, it says he has a Bible and several photos in his cell, which most of us already knew about because they were trying to start a petition to get those photos taken down. But of course, those petitions do absolutely nothing. So that was just pointless. And then it says the insider says that Watts has received more mail in the past few days since the release of the Netflix documentary about his infamous case. And it says while the source would not clarify how many letters he has received in the past week, it has been more than 10. Well, good for him, isn't he, Mr. Popular? Jeez, it's almost like they're bragging. The source says, and I'll quote, some of the letters are angry. A lot of them are from people of faith who want to pray for him, but he gets letters from women who want to connect with him, romantically. He responds because he has nothing better to do. And with regards for the Netflix documentary, they're explaining that Chris Watts is triggered and it makes him feel a lot of shame. Oh, boo-hoo, woe is me. Let's throw another pity party out there. It's amazing how the perpetrators always try to make themselves the victim. Now, it does state that this source has regular contact with 35-year-old Watts in prison. So I can only assume this is probably Anna, Cindy, Jamie, or Ronnie. And they said that he can't see it and he'll probably never see it. He's curious about it, but he hates even knowing that his texts are out there for the public to read. It brings back awful memories of 2018 for him. Oh, does it? And the source also said that employees in the prison have been waiting to watch this documentary. They said there's a lot of curiosity about him in prison and that he is the most high-profile inmate and what he did was incomprehensible. So everyone wants to know more about the case. They said that Chris knows every part of his life is out there for public consumption. He hates it. It makes him feel a lot of shame. but he also knows that he brought it upon himself. You know, being that Chris Watts is a habitual liar, I don't believe the words that are coming out of his mouth. I think he's getting a real kick out of all this public attention. And he's just putting these words out there, that way the public can kind of feel softer towards him. Also, because he says that he feels a lot of shame, which I don't think he can feel that at all, because these type of psychopath, sociopath people have no feelings. They feel no emotion. So no, I don't believe this for a second. I just feel he's just playing one giant game. Now, the Oxygen article just basically says everything that we already know, but they did provide the letters from Shanann to Chris that Netflix also provided. And also there's been some audio released between Chris, Anna, and I think it's some type of attorney or someone that's going to help find Chris an attorney, because he is trying to appeal his case. Now, I'm going to read the entire letter from Shanann to Chris. She says, "My dearest Chris, I don't know where to begin. I'm so lost for words. I can't explain how hard this pain hurts. The last 5 weeks have been so hard. I missed everything about you. I missed your morning breath, your touch, your lips against mine. I miss holding you. I miss smelling you in the sheets. I miss talking to you in person. I missed watching you laugh and play with the kids. I love seeing their smile with you. I miss seeing you naked and on top of me making love. Oh my God, I missed having you around when you're left alone and upset. I just flat out missed the hell out of you. I really don't know how we fell out of compatibility. The only major thing that happened was between your mom and I can't change what happened, and I will work with you and them to work things out. There has to be a mutual respect from all parties. An apology from your mom personally would be nice. Our daughter's life can't be replaced. I've only seen you shut down like this once, and that was with your parents after our wedding. We deserve to have all our family in our life, and with love, not hate. I don't want to lose you ever. I will be civil and get along with your mom, and we just all need to have mutual respect. I will do anything for you. The last thing on earth is for you to hurt. You deserve the world, and I don't like when you hurt. It hurts me. I can't and I won't lose you without fighting for us. I will always fight for our marriage and you." That part is definitely the saddest. I just can't comprehend what he was thinking when he read this. If he even read it, he probably didn't. She said, "This is the hardest thing I've ever had to go through, but you are worth it. Tell me what you need. I love you, baby, with all my heart, always and forever. Love always, Shanann." Now, this other piece I think was just a rough draft.
Also, her Sissy. You can see with us.
Thank you.
You can see with us. You can see with Sissy. And back. It's Sissy.
Okay.
Oh, I'll stay with her. Don't take her away.
I'm not taking her away.
Whoa! Don't take me. Don't be scared. You're so good to be scared. Don't be scared.
Be nice to Cece.
Okay.
Mao tried to escape, but was confronted by another who sought the heart. A demon of earth and fire. Now he was struck from the sky, never to be seen again. And his magical fish hook and the heart of the Vicky
Rubbing her back.
to the sea. Where even now, 1,000 years later, Pekka and the demons of the deep still hunt for the heart, hiding in a darkness that will continue to spread, chasing away our fish, bringing a light from island after island, until every one of us is devoured by the bloodthirsty jaws of inescapable death. One day, the heart will be found by someone who will journey beyond our reef, find Maui, deliver him across the great ocean to restore his
now.
and save us all.
Oh, thank you, Mother. That's enough. No one goes outside the reef. We are safe here. There is no darkness. There are no monsters. There's no monsters, no monsters.
My daddy is a hero. He helps me